from extinction. So you must guard it jealously.
A couple of years back, you made a radical decision to, and you said in your 30s, because you're now 40, your average Friday would have been you partying and, entertaining Ugandans and the world. But you made a decision to get into the world of politics and activism as well. And what is your message? But before that, why did you decide to make that sacrifice of speaking up? Because many feel that there's a price you've paid for that.
I don't know if I will be understood if I say I didn't make that decision. The decision made me.
Something bigger than you?
Yeah, I looked around and there's nobody that could represent me like myself. We have always looked up to the intellectuals of this world. Back in Uganda, intellectuals are the worst undoing to our country. They are either scared or too satisfied. They have too much to protect. But we were many. So I rose to the occasion to represent my people. I started out as an activist, and before long, my friends around me were saying, yo, the things you tell us, go tell them to us publicly. And when I made that step, man, looking around, masses were like, yo, you are the guy. And I said, okay, did you say I'm the guy? All right, I'm the guy. Put on my suit. And here we are.
How has your family been impacted by your political activities?
It has been a big impact. We've lost, of course, lots of comfort, lots of privacy, lots of freedom. My children have had to grow up much faster than their ages. My youngest child is now 7, but she knows things that she probably would learn at 16. There's been a lot of discomfort, but I must also look at the positive. There's been a lot of love. We receive a lot of love from people, much as other families are suffering. And many times I even feel embarrassed. I feel we receive too much love because many other families are suffering, but we get love from people simply because of the decision that I made.
I'm told we're due for a break. Just before that, what role would you say your family has played in this journey? You've talked about the impact, and specifically your wife, Barbara Kyagulanyi.
My wife has been a pillar of strength for me. She's my first advisor, and she takes me back in whatever shape I come back home, whether with broken limbs, beaten, etc. She takes me back. She agreed with me. She said, you know what? Go.
She's never changed her mind and told you, stop this. It's too much now.
Initially, she was not for this because we worked so hard in our earlier years and wanted to retire at 35, at least myself. So initially, she was like, man, you can still serve your country through your music. But when she came to see me in military detention, saw me beaten, watched my driver killed, watched women raped, she said, you know what? If it is you that we have to sacrifice for the liberation of this nation, so be it. And since then, she's harder than even myself.
My goodness. Bobi Wine, hang on there. I need to take a short break, do one or two things, then I'm going to read feedback. We're getting so many messages, and I'm going to be reading that to you. Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu in the country for a conference, the Uganda Human Rights Accountability Conference, a 2021 presidential candidate. He says he has hope for the future, hope for Uganda. On that note, we take a short break.